So I've been listening to a lot of new music lately on my Spotify Discover Weekly. And there's a lot of cool tunes, but I'm noticing a huge trend in cowboy chords. And cowboy chords is just a 7th chord in stacked thirds, or any chord for that matter in stacked thirds. It's super cliche, it's super boring, and I don't like it. So again, let's real quick go over what a cowboy chord is. Root position, stacked thirds. Thirds is the name of an interval. An interval is the distance between two different notes. So that's a third, that's a fourth, that's a fifth, that's a sixth, that's a second. One note is called a prime, by the way. So if we're playing in stacked thirds, we're just stacking thirds one after another. Sounds kind of cool, but what we want to do is kind of move those notes around, make it a little bit spicier. So let's take this C right here, and let's just move it right here. Okay, so playing an A minor 7 chord. Sounds good to me. I'm gonna move one more thing. I'm gonna move this G, move it up here. So now I have this big fat voicing for an A minor 7. These are called voicings. It's the same chord, but we're voicing it differently. So that's one instance. Let's try it again. Let's start with our A minor 7 chord. Let's actually add another A. I didn't change the chord, I just added a note that we already have in it in a different octave. So now we have that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this E, and I'm going to move it up here. Pretty cool too, I like that. Another thing we can do is a lot of times we hear A in the bottom, we hear the main note in the bottom of the chord. But we can move things around so different notes are in the bottom and it's the same chord, it's just a different voicing. So I'm going to take this C, and I'm going to move that on the bottom. That sounds kind of cool. So let's check this out with other chords. Right now we're just using an A minor 7, but what about when we get into an actual song and we want to use different chords instead of cowboy chords in a track that we're producing? So I have this super simple trap beat that I got going on. So let's just get a bass line real quick so we have our harmony. And now we're going to add kind of our synth. And I don't expect this to be the greatest track ever, but we're just kind of going over some different chords. So if we want to play cowboy chords, it would just sound like this. A minor 7, G7, D minor 7, F major 7. That sounds super boring to me. So this is what we're going to do. This is going to be our first chord, our A minor 7 chord. We have our original A, C, E, G, but I just moved the C all the way up here and added another A. Okay. For the next chord, it would be a G dominant 7, and that would be the usual voicing for that. I'm going to be completely honest, I absolutely hate dominant 7 chords in any sort of pop production. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play just a normal G major chord. So here I have the G, the B, the D, and I added another G there. So the next chord we're going to have is a D minor 7, so our cowboy chord would have been that. But I'm going to space everything out. I'm going to play D, A, F, C. A nice big voicing for that. For the F major 7, that would be our cowboy chord. We're going to move just this A right there. Yummy. So all together, we're going to have A minor 7, G, D minor 7, and F major 7, like that. So all we did was we just played the normal cowboy chords and we just moved notes around to make it more interesting. So let's hear what it sounds like in the track. Peace.